Hey everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. I'm so excited that you're here today for another simple two-step up video. This one is featuring the barn door bundle set. And this set is a little overwhelming to a lot of people because it has this slider mechanism. But I wanted to really just take a moment to show you how you can make it really, really simple and then make it very stepped up. So I want to start out by showing you the product. So the product that I am using is the barn door stamp set and the sliding door framelits. And so the framelits cut out all these pieces to create this barn door look. And the barn door then can slide across the front of your card. Now these are 4x4 note cards that I made. And here's the first one. This is your most simple one with the barn door just stamped in soft suede ink. A sentiment on the inside with the same ink. And then I've cut out that front piece, and really you could hand cut that out if you didn't want to buy the framelits. This has got the little wreath and the popped up door and some linen thread on the edge. And then this one's full on. This one has the sliding door mechanism with this beautiful little wreath on the front with a bunch of flowers. And so this is my stepped up version. So you could do any one of these and still have a really adorable card to send to somebody, right? So right here, I'm just going to start out with my soft suede ink up that door. And whenever I have a larger a larger stamped image like this, I like to lay the stamp set down or the stamp down and ink on top of it. Next step is to cut our sliding mechanism. So this is a piece of 4 by 5¼ inch crumb cake cardstock. And I'm just going to put this on kind of closer to the bottom of the cardstock, not in the middle, because we need the sliding pieces for the top of the door to have room. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through my Big Shot and cut that out. And then an interesting thing I'm going to be showing you is a way to create the sliding mechanism without using washers or pennies. I'm actually using acetate and foam strips. Now, I was shown this through photos from my friend Michelle Haney, and I will link to her below this video. She lives in Waco, Texas, and she does teach classes if you're interested in attending a local class. And her husband is an architect, and so I think between her and him came up with this amazing idea to use acetate sheets and foam strips for the sliding mechanism. And I really think it needs some perfecting on my part. Literally I looked at like 3 or 4 photos she posted and just did my very best at recreating them, and I think I made a few mistakes, but we're gonna just go for it here, and I'm going to show you what I do, and you'll see it's fun. So this is a little piece of Whisper White cardstock that I've stamped each of my sentiments on, and those will get put down at a later time on the card. So right now I'm just kind of making all my pieces for the card. This is old olive cardstock, and I am stamping my soft suede ink on that because I wanted it to be brown. And then I realized that I forgot to bring in something to clean my stamp. So I'm off in the corner there quietly rubbing the stamp against paper to get it clean so that I could stamp it into my Berry Burst ink. And then I had to stamp it twice because the first image didn't come out really good. All right, so I have all of my pieces stamped, and now I need to cut everything on my Big Shot. So I went and did that, and then I'm going to add my wreath to the front of my door. So you can see here, you can just very easily add dimensionals to the back of the wreath, put it down, and then I'm adding a little bit of glue where the bow will go, and I will add that Berry Burst bow. This is just a really pretty color combination. I've got Berry Burst, Old Olive, and the crumb cake, and then of course I use the soft suede ink for the door. Okay, I've sped up the video because this is long. So here's my acetate strips. I cut them at 2 inches by 1 inch. I'm putting a piece of foam strip on them, then I'm putting them through the slots. Okay, here's where the mistake comes in. I realize very quickly that now my acetate's sticking out underneath my cardstock. So I had to peel that foam strip off, put it so that the acetate was lined up with the bottom of the cardstock, re-adhere the foam strip in a different area. Then I went and put a piece of foam strip on top. So this creates the sliding mechanism. Now, for whatever reason, and I haven't figured this reason out, and maybe Michelle will watch this video and be able to tell me, and see here I made the same mistake. I had to move this piece of acetate down so that it wasn't sticking out and showing the door. So I really did consider redoing this video or cutting all this out, but I wanted you guys to see the process. So I went ahead and I added Tombow mono adhesive, which of course loves to get clogged right when I'm trying to use it. I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to adhere the door to both pieces. Now the door will slide, but check out what happens. I'm going to show it to you. Actually, I think I set this aside for a minute to let it dry. Okay. So it's very nice and light and it slides, but it goes wonky. Like it'll tip, like the top will kind of tip and the bottom, and it's just an issue. And then the other thing that happened is it would kind of get stuck on this piece of white cardstock. So I think, I don't think this is Michelle. I think this is a Wendy problem. I'm going to have to find a way to fix that. Also, you could totally make these acetate strips smaller, because then I had to go onto the back and I had to add foam strips on the back of this very carefully so that they would be out of the way of the little movement mechanism. And you can see there I had to actually peel that acetate up and move it out of the way. Now, the great thing about using the acetate and the foam strips is that they just pop off and on. So see here, see how it's going wonky, like to the side? It just doesn't move as freely as I feel like it should. It sticks. So, you know, it's one of those things that will be a work in progress, but oh my gosh, what a difference it makes. It is so much lighter. It makes the card so much lighter because the washers or pennies or dimes make the card really, really heavy. So yeah, so I'm all for this, and I think that it's going to be awesome once I perfect how to do it. Maybe Michelle will see this video and tell me you did this wrong, you did that wrong, and that's why it didn't work as well for you. I'm sure she'll have tips for me. But anyway, the idea is amazing, and I believe 100% that it will work perfectly if you have somebody who knows what they're doing making it. I think you actually just need to make the acetate a little bit thinner, and then it would work much better. Okay, so I'm adding on these little bitty pieces from the die cut that make this look like it's sliding on a track. Now you can see that this stamp set / framelit set is a little time intensive. I have edited and sped up this video and brought it down to under 10 minutes. It actually took me about 25 minutes to make this card. But I love the sentiments, and I love what it says and how it is and all of those things. And so to me, it's completely worth it. I absolutely love it. And I'm just adding the little handle, and there is a little stamp in the stamp set for a handle. So you actually don't have to add a handle. Did you see what just happened there? I squeezed that bottle and that glue came shooting out of there. Oh goodness. Fun times. Okay, so there it is. That's the finished product. See how it sticks and it kind of wobbles. So it definitely needs some perfecting on my part, but it's so much better than the heavy stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today. If you need any of these supplies, you can get them on my blog or in the description below the video. They're all listed there. There is a blog hop going on, and you can go to my blog to check that out. And I hope you join me again. Click on the little circle with my face in it to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.